Okay, part two. How to make a Choctaw stick ball. I need to get your leather. I need to measure out at least 4 yards, maybe a little bit more than 4 yards. 4 yards, 6 inches, or whatever. It don't matter long. It's a little bit over 4 yards, and I get my leather from Hobby Lobby. This kind. And usually when I go there, they don't always have it. And what I do is go on to the website, Hobby Lobby's website. It's their same price there, except you just gotta pay a little bit of shipping and handling. And you order through their website, you can order as much as you want. I believe the SKU number is on there is 151738. You're gonna need that when you order. Let's see if we can bring it into focus. It's backwards. Yeah, it's backwards, but it's there. Or am I reading it backwards? No, but either way, like I said, 151738. Okay. Now, when you get your leather halfway, you can do fold it in half to begin with. And then what you're going to do is you're going to measure out at least that much right there. Just to offset the length of the leather when you finish. Now, this part's going to be the long one side, and I just let this side go. Then I use this side and I start wrapping the ball. You just start anywhere, just on the kind of to the side, so that when you wrap it, everything comes to the middle. You're gonna need to take this leather around. At least each side is going to have to be even. There's gonna be right here, right there, here, and there. I'll show you what I mean. So here's one time wrap. If I can get it straight. There's two. I think I went too far to the middle. Just take it to the side a little bit. That's all I'm doing. There's three on this side. Three on that side. And now that's four. I'm just trying to straighten it out to where it's in the middle. Kind of went to the side. Well, before I do that, let me see if it came out right. Yeah. See what I meant by the offside, and it'll come out kind of even at the end. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, now, like I said, I got my ways of doing things, and if y'all got any suggestions, feel free to comment. I'm just trying to even it up, and here's the thing. Even though I said 4, you see this side is 4, but this side is going to be 5. It's just going to be the middle, the starting point, but it'll even out as we go. So what I do is I put tape on it so it can hold it. This tape is like my placeholder, so I don't have to struggle so much trying to hold the leather in place while I'm weaving. Then I just turn it around and make sure it's in the middle. Everything lines up, hopefully. And then I take another piece of tape. I mean, it's not really necessary, but I do it anyway, just to say that's the midpoint on either side. So you see I got tape on this side and tape on this side. Okay. And then I forgot to get them out. I go to the ends. Now, your hands can get pretty raw and hurt while you're trying to weave these balls, but what I started doing was using needles. These crochet needles or whatever needles they are, they're metal needles. And so that I don't have to be using my fingertips trying to get the leather up and hurt my fingers and getting it all raw and everything. You can buy it at Walmart, Hobby Lobby during the craft section. And then just like you're about to sew, just stick it through. And just pull it on that side and do it on both sides. Sometimes it might take a little doing trying to get them through there. I don't have any fingernails. I always bite mine off. Let me try something else. Get the pliers so I can get a hold of it. There we go. Alrighty. And then I'll just take the ball. Alright, you see how these two are on opposite sides but on the same side for now anyway? Well, opposite side but the same side of the ball, but once we get done you'll see how it's going to look. Alright, first of all you're going to take one side. Take one side. And you're going to put it through just one. Just one of the what do you call strands, I guess you could say, one part of leather, one part of your the wrap you've made right here. Then you just pull it through. And sometimes it's twisted, so you can just do that and it'll untwist. And kind of about that much up and leave. You want to leave this little arc right here because that's going to enable you to have room to move the middle piece once it's done, to weave back and forth or forward or back just in case it's not even. And that's what I usually do. Okay. Just that much or whatever, you just play with it and you'll find your own comfort spot on that one. Then go back, get the end again. Then, oh man. Let me try to redo that. Okay. Sometimes you gotta play with this some, keep things right. Sometimes hold it in place with your thumb. If I can talk right. Okay, once you get through the first one, you're gonna want to skip one and then go to the next one. That's basically how it's gonna be the whole time. You're gonna be all the way around, just weaving the ball. It's called just weaving the ball. And I'm having a little trouble. I don't think I put the strings around tight enough. It is giving me a little trouble. Alright, now that's how that's going to look right there. Let me bring it to the center. And then you're done with this side. Then you're going to go back to this side. You're going to do the same thing. And you're just going to keep doing this until you have 4 strings going this way, 4 this way. And you're going to have 4 this way and 4 that way. But don't worry about that 5th side. I'll show you how that's going to work out once everything's sitting down. Ooh. Okay, that flipped a little bit. Now let me see. I'm trying to keep them even as possible so that I don't have to go back when I'm done to try to even it out a lot. It won't take much effort to even out so the ball can be uh so the ball can look right. Okay, like I said, you went through the first one, skip the second, and then go through the third. Alright, that's how that one looks. Now you can take the same one and go around to the other side and start on this side of the one you already started. But this time, like I said, it's weaving, so if you know how to weave, you went under this one, under this one, over, under, and over. So with the second string, this is what you're going to do with this one. You can go over this and under this one right here. You can see. There we go. See that? All it is just weaving. Under, over, under, over. Then this one's over, over, under, over, and then fixing to go over, under this one. It's kind of hard to try to show you and do this at the same time because I need a GoPro or something to put on my head or something so they'll see what I see. Okay, there's two right there. Then you're gonna alternate every time. Every time you go around, you're gonna grab the next one. This was the first one. Now this is the second one. And you're gonna go back to the first one. And just the same things you did with the other side, you do with this side. Now while you're doing this, and if you happen to see this, and that you went under two in a row, that means that's where you messed up. You went wrong. Remember, it's under, over, under, over. Then you go back, and then when this next time you go around with the next string, you go over and under. Can you see that? Hey, talking to y'all like y'all can respond or something. That's funny. My nose is stuffed up. See there? Then we're gonna go over this one and under that one. So twist it, turn it around. Man, this is loose. There you go. And then since you can take the same string until you come around to the end of this side, then that's when you're gonna start this one. But first, put this one, finish the one you had before. It's under here, so now you're gonna go. No, it's over, but so now you're gonna go under. Alright, if you can see, it's just weaving. And like I said, the tape on either side is holding the leather in place. I don't have to struggle with trying to hold everything at one time and hold everything together. So now you went under this one, now you go over that one, and then you're going to go under this one right here. And I found these needles to be very, very helpful. No more sore fingers. I used to do this with my bare fingers and trying to get it through and all this under and over and all that stuff. And then I started using these needles. My mom's program was making these sticks too, and that's what they use, and that's where I got it from. Using the needles, it was just so much easier for me. But if you want to use your fingers, that's up to you. And then you switch to the other string, then you come around, it's over, so you go under. Remember, each time you gotta, not each time, but you gotta alternate strings when you go, at least go around once. This is halfway. You'll know because there's not another string here, so you keep going one more, and then there's the other string, then you go here. Well, I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. I hope I'm explaining it right. Alright. Ow. There you go. There's only 2 on this side and 2 on that side. We still got 2 more to go. So since there's not another leather here, I keep going with the same one. So now there's 3 right here. I just hold that in place. Over. No, under. So now we're gonna go over, but under this one. We're gonna keep getting off the center. So it was under for this one. Now we're going under, and then now we're gonna go over, and then under this one. Weave. That's all it is a weave. And that's what the whole ball's gonna be. Just one big weave. Continuous weave. This is just the start, how you start. And then I'll probably do a part 3 to show you how I make those colorful balls and colorful stick balls. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Now that you gone here, here's the other one. Just go ahead and do your under right here. Then you grab this one, then start the next row. The next row. So there we go. Over, under. Oh, I also wore my Tucker jersey. If y'all haven't noticed yet, yay, Tucker. Hey. Out in the spirit of Stickball, I wear a jersey for this presentation, this part of the teaching. And okay, now you grab your other one that's just been sitting there, then you make another row. There's 3 right there now. Alright, you see? They went under here, we went under here, so now we're gonna go over. And don't worry, I'm not going to weave the whole time because I prepared 2 other stick balls just so that we can skip all the weaving part because it's just really monotonous after we get it started. Then I'll just show you a halfway point ball and a little bit about how to straighten it if it's crooked. Then I'll skip over to another ball I've made that's done except for the tucking in of the ends, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, under, over, under. Don't be, excuse me. Don't be discouraged if your ball looks funky the first time, and you ain't gonna get it right the first time. I'll tell you that now. It took me a long time to get this right. Well, if it is right, I don't even know if it's totally correct. Just let somebody, like I said in the comments, let me know some. Let me know some. Took many months of making a ball. If it didn't look right, I would take all the leather back off and start over. I just kept doing that over and over and over. Let's see. This one's over, so now we're going to go under. Like I say, you gotta have patience. The more you do it, the better you get at it. See, now we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where we want to be on this side. But this side, we still have 3. But we're almost there. Almost there. Under, over, under. I probably hear that in my sleep every night. Just hope I don't talk in my sleep saying under, over, under. Alright, we're at the end of this side. Now we're going to grab this one. See, we have 3 here. This is going to make it 4. 4. So we want over, under. So we're going to go under right here. Right here. Move it up. So now we got 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said, once we get to this point, I'll show you what's going to happen, and we're going to end up with just 4 right here too. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now that we got 4 on one side, 4 on the other, you see how this one looks like it's more this side than it is this way. I'm going to move these over just a little bit or make them closer this way just so these, I'm trying to get this closer to the middle here and there, there, and there. Just so that when I get halfway weaving that I don't have to move the other side over much. So I usually use a screwdriver or something for that. Let me see. This one. And I'll start with the one that's furthest away from the side I'm trying to move it to. So I'm starting with this one. So all I'm doing is just moving it over. If you're using a screwdriver, be very careful when you're doing things like this because sometimes it requires a lot of force. And when you have a lot of force behind that screwdriver or whatever you're using, and it slips off the leather, ooh, you can cut this finger pretty bad. I've done it before. Don't use a razor for sure. And I hope I don't do that while I'm trying to show y'all at the same time. It hurts. Sometimes I can't finish making the ball just because of that. It still hurts. Okay, to this end, this is what I'm talking about, this little extra room right here. I'm fixing to move this up, and that's going to aid and have opened me be able to move this. So it gives me just a little playroom, a little leeway. Okay. Then I'm gonna examine the ball again, see if that helped any or if I need to move it some more. My nose is stuffy, so bear with me. I'm trying to breathe out of my mouth. You might hear me sniffling a couple times. I'm just gonna move a little bit more. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Now what I'm going to look for now is this way. I'm going to push these together closest to center as I can just to make it nice and neat. And let's see, which way does it need to go? It needs to go this way. So I'm going to leave this one alone and start with the second one. And just move it that way. Move this one that way. And I'm going to move this one this way, and then this bottom one I'll move it that way. Maybe it'll even up that way. No, I think I'll just move this a little bit this way. And I keep doing this process first because I like it to look pretty good, pretty neat when I start. To me, I found that it's easier to make sure it's centered before you start. It makes it a whole lot easier. I don't have to do that much work when I get to the center of the ball on one side. So I'm kind of done with that. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze these together closer to close all these small gaps. I'll close it as much as I can, and sometimes when you're weaving and pulling the string tight, it'll close the gap itself as you're weaving, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, then I'm gonna go to this side, the opposite side, and make sure everything's close to center as possible. when I mean close to center, you know, like I said, right here and right here, like there's the same amount here as it is here. If it's not, I'm gonna move this too. My voice trying to go out on me. Yeah, I'm gonna move it a little bit. Same thing I did on the other side. Alright. That's close enough, I think. There, and there, and there. I think. Oh, let me tighten up this one on this side. Hope y'all don't hear me breathing. I'm having to breathe out of my mouth. Stuffy nose. Alright, give me a second. Let's see if that helped. Alrighty. It don't matter which side you start, but like I said, you got 4 here, 4 there, 4 there, and 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Trying to make sure that's right. Hope I'm not confusing myself, but here we go. Let's get started. Yeah, let's start on this side. Just grab your thread. Not thread, leather. Okay, you stopped here. Remember, instead of going this way, we're going to be going that way. So, see, it's the same thing. We're still weaving. We went under, over, and then we're going to go under this way. See? Over, and under this way. Start going around the ball. And we were going around the ball to begin with anyway, but we're going to different direction. And then just pull. Make sure the leather stays flat. And we're going this way. All it is just weaving under, over, under, over. See? We went under, over, under. Now, as I go around, the string's getting all tangled on everything else. Let me get that one side out of the way. Alright, now we're going to another corner, just same thing. We're going over and under this way. And we're just gonna keep doing that. This is just how I started. Under, over, under. You see how it's starting to take shape? Under, over, then don't forget that one. I almost forgot it. Under that. I almost made a mistake. And just pull up, pull in. All you're doing is going under and over, weaving. It's just a weave. Not the kind you wear in your hair, but you know, this is a Choctaw weave. Hey, that was stupid. Alrighty. Under, over, under. I need to learn to compose myself on videos. Sometimes I get out of hand. Alright, do you see that we done gone a whole circle? This is where we started. And we went around. And then we came back around and now we're here. And that's how it looks so far. And I'm just gonna stop there on this side and then go to the other side and do the same thing. And after that, that's all you do. You go around, keep going around. So let me start on this side. Alright, same thing. Under, over, under. And that's all you're doing. Once you get the ball started, that's all you need to know, because everything else is just the same thing. Just over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. All the way around till you finish making the ball. What time is it? 3:21 a.m. Sleeping pattern is so whack. I won't get sleepy till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But that's besides the point. Also, sometimes this leather will break while you're doing this. And I made a little side video because one of the other balls I was preparing for this, the leather broke, and I decided to shoot a little video. I'll tag it up on the end of this video. But if it breaks when you're just starting this process, you just might as well start over. Or if one of these break, you just going to take all the leather off and get another 4 yards or start all over. And it does happen. And it is frustrating. But if you're into the ball pretty good and it breaks, don't worry. Well, on the sides anyway. On this right here, what I'm doing right now, these, you can fix those. There's these that if they break while you're weaving, that's gonna be a problem. That's when you gotta start over. I'll take that back about this one side that has 5. It's gonna stay that way. It was the other method of weaving that you do something about it. But this is gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Alright. By the way, this way I'm doing it right now, I rarely do it this way. I'm just doing it to show y'all. I usually use cut the 4 yards in half, have two strings that are 2 yards each, and I'll make a part 3 on that, and that's how I make my colorful balls and the different designs. I don't know if I'm gonna go through all that because that's a lot, but I just might. Okay. Wow, it's almost been an hour. Don't seem like it. Man, am I there yet? I am. I done made the full circle on this side too. Like I said, this takes patience. I've done it for a long time, and if nobody bothers me, I can just sit here and do this all day long. Alrighty. You see how that side is, and then this side. Like I said, most of the time when I just keep weaving it and pulling it tight, these will close in and close the gaps. Now, as I weave, I do pull tight. Like when I push it through, I push this down and push that at the same time. And then I've heard some people say you just weave it first and then you go back around and tighten all the strings by pulling up on it and tightening it up. And that part I'm still not clear about. If somebody would comment and let me know. Alright, so that's how you start it. Okay, also this tape right here, I'm gonna cut it now. Or if I can just get it loose, I can just take it off. If not, I'll cut it. Looks like I gotta cut it. I use small skinny scissors so I can get up in there. And just take it off. Yep, that's how it came off. Then go back to the other side. Let's see. No. Same thing. And that just comes off too. So now there's nothing holding it. Then I just go and start separating these. Just try to separate it evenly. That's one part. Then I go to the next one and start separating it. Let me use something so that my big fingers ain't in the way. Then I separate this part. I just separate each one until they're all separated. Till it looks like it looks cool. I'd be going to the doctor's appointment for myself and my family, and I'd be sitting around doing this. Non-natives be watching me sitting there doing this. Oh, that looks so cool. And I'm like, it's really simple though. I was in Jackson one time doing this, and people, they're not too far from us, but they're like, what is that? What do you do for? What do you use it for? What is it? And I tell them what the game is. And I told them it was stickball, and I tried to explain. I hope they didn't think it was their kind of stickball where it's like baseball, but you use a skinny stick to hit a small bouncy ball. So I don't know. I just hope they understood what I was saying. Alright, see there? Then all you do is just keep weaving this. And then I only do one side first until I get half. Now let me bring that one out. I'm done with this one for now. I'm probably done with that. Okay. Here's the unfinished side. See, the top looks pretty good. Bottom looks pretty good. Most of the gaps are closed. So it's half. So what I do when I get halfway, I make sure this one is even. And I just make it even just the way I did when I first started. And then you look around. It looks pretty even. I mean, I didn't have to straighten this out. I mean, I actually got it done right the first time, and I don't have to work on it. And that's what I try to do every time, so I don't have to do that much. I do it while there's not much leather on here. It's easier. And then I'm halfway. I'm done with this side. So now I start on this side and go the rest of the way. It's just like I said, I'm not gonna do it because it's the same thing. Just weaving under, over, under, over, under, over. Okay. And then here's this one. This one is just about done. See how the tops look? I don't really see any gaps in there. That's that top of that one. Now this one was pretty long because it was the last part of the string, and I just used whatever's left. That's regulation size right there. And then I'm gonna show you how to tuck these in. Actually, I'm gonna cut some of this because it's too long. I need my scissors. And take the needles off of there. Gonna need my pliers. Put the needle on the record. Hey, put that back on there. I'm starting to get a little goofy here. Alright, when you end up at the end, this is what you want to see right there. Make sure when you end that this middle is not like two rows going being woven the same way. Like, make sure everything alternates under, over all the way around. That's when you know it's done. Because there's nothing that's the same. It's all different. Under, over, all the way up and down. Until you get to the middle, to that part. Now, what I try to do is, when I get there, let me see if that'll focus. I try to go in this one, the same hole I came out of, or the same section. And when I go in through here, I go there and I go up. I don't go that far, I just go a little bit and come out the weave right there. One part, it don't matter where. Then I'll take my pliers and pull it through. Like I said, I don't know how other people do this, or if they have a better idea. This came straight out. Man, it got twisted, but that's okay. So you see, came out right here. So I'm just gonna go probably another that much, just so that the ball can, these ends don't come out. I'm gonna go on probably 2 more, and then cut it and tuck it in. And get that needle back on there. Okay. You go back in the same part you came out of. That's the important part. So it might be a little rough, but you still go and come out another part like that. Okay. And I just pull it through like that. And try to make this part that it came out back in neat and tidy. So now I can tell that's where it started, so I'm that much into the ball. And I think I'll stop right there. Pull it a little bit tight. Cut it. Now I'll use this one to cut it. Try to cut it as far down as I can. Then this piece is still sticking out. What I'm going to do is just push it down, push it in there. Alright, I'll just try to get in there and hide it to where it can't be seen. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this part. But this one, I'm going to go. Alright, remember this little part right here? Instead of going back into the same hole, I'm going to go across like this and into the next one. Just so it'll keep the same, the weave pattern going. Because you see, there's this hole, and that's the hole the other side went, and I'm going to go in that same hole just so it looks neat. So it looks like it's complete. Okay. And this one I try to go in straight. Just straight like that. Just to make the let me see there. And straighten that up a little bit. Well, that's kind of loose. Okay. This is where, let me see. Yep, this is about where it went in. Can you tell? Nope. Yep, I don't know. Let's see how. Then I start going back up, back in that. See where I came out, and I'm going to the same one. But this time I'm gonna go up some. And pull it through again with my pliers. And there it is. I'll make that nice and neat. Try to anyway. And cut closest to the ball as I can. That's why I use these smaller scissors, because they're thinner and they can cut closer to the ball. And then I tuck in that little piece that I just cut. Right. And there you go. The finished ball. Like I said, I'll do a part 3. And that's where I'll teach you the other way that I make the balls with 2 strings. And I prefer that way because it's easier to get the ball correctly centered from top and bottom. And that's also the way I make the ball 2 color. I've gone all the way up to 4 colors. But that might be another part. That might be like a part 4. But part 3 is going to be how I make the 2 color ball. And after this video, like I said, there's going to be, after this part, there's another segment that teaches you how to deal with the broken leather. Remember, only going this way though. If any string that goes this way breaks, you just out of luck. You're going to start all over. Alright, we'll see you in the next video.